Okay, let's look at some basic back bend prep exercises, drawing attention to the position of the head and neck. So we don't want this tucked chin, floppy neck. We want this defined jaw, pronounced chin, because what that signifies is an open airway. And when the airway is open, the nervous system takes the brakes off and says, hey, let's unleash your full potential to create and to manage force. Not only that, but having this more pronounced chin position enables you to extend your T-spine a little bit more. So here's the first progression we're going to be using, just a wall supported extension. So I've got the back of my head against the wall, I'm pronouncing my chin forward rather than tucking it, and I'm just driving up through my mid-back, glutes, and the back of my head, while keeping my lower back relatively neutral. Okay, so it's really important we extend here by presenting the chest up to the sky and keeping the chin pronounced. We don't want to force any extension through the lower back. We actually want a sense of fullness and length through the lower back as the mid and upper back extend. Now from this we can progress to a kneeling version where we lower down without support until the last minute. And obviously you can start closer to the wall and work further away to get more range. I'm setting up my chin forward with a lot of thoracic extension. I'm not tucking my chin back. If anything, I'm just dropping my chin down and forward, which is a different kind of tuck which keeps the airway open. And because I know that the forces of gravity are going to try to slide my chin back and close my airway, at each point I'm checking in and making sure that my chin is forward and that I'm extending through my T-spine and lengthening through my back body. So here's another example. Watch as I extend my T-spine, making my chest proud, and then I pronounce my chin forward and down. And that gives me that more accentuated jawline, and it starts to hint to my body where I want my spine to bend from. From there, I keep my abs connected, low ribs connected to pelvis, and I just lift my hips up off my feet. And then I go as far back as I can, even extending my head to look towards the wall, but without the chin collapsing inward to close the airway. Now here's the same variation, but I'm going to show you what not to do. So this is tucking my chin back, and you can see the space between my chin and the back of my neck has basically disappeared. You can also see there's less thoracic extension and that my shoulders are struggling to retract. And that's because of our natural tendency to organize our center of mass. So when we're trying not to fall forward, we retract our shoulders and present our chest. When we're trying not to fall back, we tuck our chin, we round our body. So in a back bend, we actually want to create the feeling of the center of mass, at least in the upper part of the thoracic, traveling forward so that we can create extension from that part of the body. And we want to keep a sense of fullness between the low back ribs and the back of the pelvis. So although your lower back will extend, you won't actually be trying to do that. In fact, you're just holding this neutral shape between pelvis and rib cage, and gravity is going to do the extending for you. And all you're trying to do is present into elongation and extend from the hips, from the upper back, and by driving the back of your head into the space behind you. It's as if you're curving over a Swiss ball. I want you to think of presenting your hips up to the sky and your chest up to the sky, more and more, the lower you go, while staying in touch with that feeling of connection between front ribs and front of pelvis, or space between low back ribs and back of pelvis. It's more about sensing your position, which is why you need to go slowly, because most people dump into their lower back. So start with the progressions at the beginning of the video.